Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4v4 match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. I'm starting in the middle left position, playing as the Allies. So the other night I was playing a few matches on Arena Valley Extreme, and one of the people playing, Tony, was asking if I could post one of the games. And I thought this was a decent game, so I've decided to post it. Close anyway. Right, so I'm standing in the middle left position, which is sort of like a bad position because it's near the enemy, and you get attacked a lot at the start. So anyone who starts middle left or middle right is going to have a hard time, especially at the start of the game. It also means you can get attacked by two players as well. I've got Tony, who's starting in the top left, so he's just above me. And you can see it's a bit of an awkward position. You can see I've built extra barracks and small power plant just to get close to the ore. And I've left an infantry guy through there by accident, so that was a bit careless by me. But what you can see is I'm building a lot of infantry, and there's a good reason for that. We've got a person playing in the bottom middle called Eric, and he likes to do like infantry rushes. So I've got a lot of infantry there just to defend in case he comes up. He's also playing as a Soviet, so he will have grenadiers, which can cause a bit of trouble because they can kill a lot of troops. So I've just got my troops there waiting in case he comes. But as you can see, we can't see anything for the time being. We've also got purple directly below me playing as the Allies. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be building one ore truck to start with, because I'm going to be wanting to get tanks out pretty quickly, because I'm starting very, very close to my enemy. And you can see my teammate there, he's moved a little bit. So we're just having a look around, and we can see that purple has gone on the early attack. He's got 3 light tanks there. I'm going to move my construction yard. I've had to sort of cancelled my war factory building, which is going to put me a little bit behind. But you can see he's pulling back now, and maybe I was a bit premature in moving that construction yard, because now he's pulled back. And we got rid of one of his light tanks there, and you can see his other 3 light tanks are there back, and he seems like he's pulling them back to his base. So we're just going to push a little bit forward. I think he rushed those light tanks out a little bit, but now he seems to be coming back for the attack, and he's got an awful lot of infantry here, and yeah, there's too many infantry here. I'm not going to be able to fight this, so I'm going to need to pull back at this point. You can see my second war factory is being built, so we're going to have to get that down as soon as possible. And now I'm going to go for pillboxes, because pillboxes are quite effective against light tanks. They're also very effective against infantry. So we managed to get one of those light tanks out there, but you can see he's got much bigger force than I have at the moment, and this is dangerous. This is very dangerous for me. And my construction yard is in trouble. I'll try and squash those infantry. Oh, he's managed to dodge that a little bit, and I think it's too late now. That construction yard is going to go down, unfortunately. But we've sort of got the upper hand, because while he was destroying my construction yard, he has lost a lot of units, and now we've got the tank advantage and the unit advantage, so it's time to go on the counter-attack. Now, I don't think Purple's economy is going to be great, because he did get those light tanks out very, very quickly. So I think he did sacrifice his economy. So he's certainly, I would say, not on a 3 war factory start, which is very important at this stage in the game for this counter-attack to be successful, because if he was on 3 war factories, we would be in trouble. And we can see he's got some ore trucks there. He's got at least 3 ore trucks, which so he's got some economy. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and go for his economy first, while we've got the tank advantage. And if we can get rid of his economy, then he's going to have trouble producing. And you can see Tony helping me there with his medium and light tank still left. But he's managed to destroy a lot of Purple's tanks, while I've been taking out his ore trucks. And it's going to be, well, Purple's pretty much done at the moment. We can see he doesn't have his construction yard there, so he might have moved it. But at the moment, Purple's not really a threat. And we'll have to see if he's able to we don't know how much ore he has, to see if he can, like, rebuild a bit. Now, we're going to go to a bit different part of the map to see what was happening at the other side. So, at the start, Tesla moved from the top right position to the middle. So it was a better position in terms of ore, I guess. But the disadvantage is it delays your start, and it delayed his start by about 30 seconds. So that means all the other teams have a bit of a head start on him when it comes to building infantry. And we'll look a bit later after they've got built up a bit. And this is Eric here. So Eric, who I was expecting to attack me at the start, actually went straight up the middle. And this is an infantry attack right now. And you can see it's not going too well. So far, he's lost a lot of troops. And yeah, it hasn't gone well at all. But yeah, he's had to pull back a little bit. And he hasn't been able to get any buildings or anything. We can see red coming, no Henfer. So what was surprised was that he ran past that war factory initially, and I don't think he realised he was at someone else's base until now. And you can see now he's fighting, and Blue's helping a little bit with infantry, but he's going for the war factory, and it looks like it's going to go down, and it does go down. So that means Orange is still without a war factory at the moment. He's only got a couple of tanks, and he's on the defensive at the moment. But you can see Blue coming in now, Carter with some light tanks, and he's sold his large power plant, which I think was a bit of a mistake. I would have just kept it around because he's going to need it sooner or later. But let's see what's going to happen here. So Blue's pushing. Is he going to push forward or not? And it looks like he's going to go for green, and he's going for green's ore trucks, so he's going to go for the economy. Green's got heavy tanks, so and he's got quite a few. This is Rambo, and he took out one of those those ore trucks, but he's going to have to pull back now. And you can see Eric come in for Orange, and Blue's on the attack now, defensive against Red and Green, who are trying to attack the other side of the base. And we'll have to see if Pink's able to get that construction yard. It's going to be close, and he's just able to defend it for now. But you can see Green is going for the war factory. And is it going to go down? It looks like it is, unfortunately, for Orange. So Tesla, after rebuilding that war factory, has lost it again. But what that's done is it means that Green has used a lot of tanks to do that, and now Blue is able to go on the offensive. Because when you attack buildings, you always have to be careful. Same with ore trucks, that you have enough tanks to defend the counter. But you can see that Pink's coming in now, and this time it looks like he's going to get the construction yard. And that's down now for Tesla. But Tesla's got a Tesla coil, so he's got a little bit of defensive, so he might be able to do some damage to those tanks. And he's now going back to his base. And we can see Blue's taking out those light tanks, which aren't doing much at the moment. And you can see now Tony's coming in with medium tanks. So unfortunately now Tesla doesn't have a war factory, and he doesn't have a construction yard. So he's not going to be able to build any tanks for the rest of the game. And you can see now that that's Eric going for my base while I'm out. But you can see Tony and Carter, they're pushing forward now on Rambo and Henfer. And you can see Rambo's run out of tanks entirely, and Henfer's low on tanks as well, and he's just got lights, and lights do fall apart quite easily. And you can see there's my base getting destroyed a little bit, and able to push on Rambo, and able to get both those Tesla coils out, and basically at this moment it's a bit of game over for Rambo. Now we're going to go back to my view. So this was just after, before Eric had attacked my base, and I just killed, well, pretty much destroyed purple. We immediately went to Eric's base, and we can see there he's got his ore refineries. And what I tend to do is I tend to try and go for the economy first, because once the economy's gone, they can't build much more. And you can see we're getting rid of those war factories quite quickly. There's nothing to defend at the moment, so that's quite beneficial for us. And we're just going to do as much damage as we can. And we're going to go for the war factories now to halt his production, because he obviously has ore refineries elsewhere. And you can see there he's attacking my base. He's going for ore refineries, he's going for war factories first, all the main buildings. And what we're doing at the moment is we're just trying to do as much damage as we can to give our teammates the best advantage they can. Right, so we've destroyed some of the main buildings, so it's going to take Pink a long time to recover. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for some of the other buildings while we're doing that. And we can see that's where Purple moved his construction yard further to the right, but it's not safe now. And that's going to be Purple out of the game. And now we're going to go for Red. And strangely enough, it seems that Eric's not went on to destroy the rest of my base, so that's given me these tanks, which is going to allow me to do a bit more damage. And we're just having a look at his base, and probably what we want to go for first is a construction yard, because once we take the construction yard out, he's not going to be able to build any more buildings unless he's got a service depot, and we haven't seen that so far, so we're going to hope at the moment he doesn't have one. And you can see we're going to just go crawl up his base and do as much damage as possible. We've got an ore refinery down there. We're going to get a war factory down. We're going to get power plants down. And this is a lot of damage done to Henfer at the moment. And he hasn't got any tanks to defend. Although he's bringing some back right now. And you can see Tony doing some damage at the top of his base. And we're going to go for this war factory. And it looks like we're going to be able to get it. And what I'm going to do is, I saw Tony at the top, so I'm going to go back down to the bottom of his base and go for that radar dome. And you can see he's trying to bring some light tanks. We saw a crate there. Let's hope it's not an MCV for Henfer. Let's see if we're able to destroy that. And it looks like it's going to go down. Yep, and that's down now. So he only has, I think, 1 or 2 buildings left. And essentially, he doesn't have any ore refineries, so he's not going to be able to collect any more ore. And you can see Pink's gone back to attack my base, but Blue's gone in for the defense at the moment. And we're going to have to see if Blue's able to clear that up. And also Tony's there with his tanks. And yeah, we're going to have to look at what sort of position they're in. So we can see Pink's got quite a lot at the moment. Although I don't think he's got any ore refineries, I don't know. So Henfer's obviously got a few tanks. And you can see, that actually, this is quite a good position at the moment because I'm defending my base. Yeah, they're going to lose tanks trying to attack my base, and I've got no tanks. So it was probably a mistake to attack my base at this point because it's just going to lose them tanks. But that's me out of the game. We've still got Tony in the game, who's got a lot of tanks and he's got a good base. But my other 2 teammates, Tesla's out, and also Carter's just got these tanks left, but his war factories are all destroyed and he's lost his construction yard. That was from Pink attacking him early on. And we can see that Red's going for the construction yard on Tony, and we're going to see if he's going to get it. I don't think Tony's realised at the moment. And that construction yard has gone down, but those tanks are going to go down quite quickly. They've on red health. Right, so let's see. So Red's pretty much out of it. And we're just having a look at Pink. Like Blue's still got, I guess he could still build infantry. And Tony's in a good position at the moment. But we can see that Pink's rebuilding. He's got like ore refineries there. He's got a war factory. He's got a construction yard, and he's just put a construction yard in the middle of the map. And this is going to be important that Tony gets this before Pink can recover, because Pink does have a lot of ore trucks, as we saw. And you can see Tony's bringing his tanks down, and he's going to go for an attack, and that's going to be good game. You can see Red trying to use his ore trucks, but he lost his ore refineries down south, and that's Eric out of the game. I think one of the big mistakes in that game was Eric needed to take out my base before going to attack Blue's base, because that gave me the opportunity to destroy Red's base. And if Henfer and Eric had both been alive and been able to attack together, then this game could have turned out quite differently. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.